What's that? Passing through the wave like a jet ski. I'm just trying to live, little mama, don't text me.
Welcome back to Tata Entertainment. And today we're doing a sit down, and our guest is none other than the 2023 African Social Media Star of the Year. He's a former radio powerhouse. He worked for NRG and Kiss FM. He's a visionary behind Rogue Radio. He's a man responsible for one of the most viewed YouTube channels in Kenya and in East Africa. He's with over 250 million views. Not only that, he's the founder of Yafrika. He's an entrepreneur. He's a father. He's a trailblazer. And he's a talented entertainer. He claims to be a really good pool player, a phenomenal storyteller. He's a larger-than-life personality. And he always keeps it as real as it can get. And let's not forget, his latest feat of the epic Ride 47, where he toured 47 counties in 47 days. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my absolute honor to introduce the legend, the GOAT himself, Andrew Kibe.
Hey, yeah, very nice. What an introduction, man.
Thank you, man. And I really...
that's like the best introduction I've ever gotten.
Really?
I swear.
Thank you so much, man.
You made me feel larger than life.
Yeah. But
now even when I leave here, my balls are going to be full. What's up?
Yeah, Kibe, you've come up with like many creative terms, of your own. Lambistic, Fukusui, what else? Kinudia. And for me, I really want to start off with, what would you define as a simp? Because, simp is like, it tends to be an elusive term. So it's like, if you were to define a simp, what would you define?
A simp is someone who has no will of his own.
Yeah.
Someone who's pushed around. Like now, let's put it into context. When you talk about a simp when it comes to women, the dynamics between men and women.
Yeah.
What is a simp? Okay? It's a guy who completely has given his will to the woman. Mm-hmm. So when we look at him, you're like, look at this guy. Because when a man gives his will to the woman, he stops becoming a man.
Yeah.
So that is a simp.
Yeah.
And I can't even see giving his will to the woman. I think we have to go deeper than that. It has to be somebody who's so stupid. Even stupid is not the word. Mm-hmm. It has to be like a traumatic thing that happened to you when you were a child. That over-dependency on your mother. Yeah. So a simp, you'll find that many simps have been raised by their mothers. Many simps have their mother's nature in them. That's why they gravitate towards giving their will to the woman.
Mm-hmm. And can you, is there a difference between a simp and like a gentleman or like a nice man? Or
there's only a man and there's a simp. So you decide what you want to be.
Yeah,
you're either a man or a simp. Now a simp is one who can't make decisions, is one who looks to the woman, is one who is weak, is unable to fend for himself, complains, and generally, it's a man you don't want to be around with.
Yeah. And how would you, let's say, for example, I'm a simp and I'm struggling and I don't know how to stop. I'm deep in the mindset of being a simp, and I'm wondering, what's one thing that I can begin today and say, what action can I take?
You see, a simp is created by a woman.
Yeah.
So chances are, if you find a simp, his mother created him, or his grandmother, or his aunties, but somebody created that simp inside him. So that overdependence on the woman. So the first thing that you must do is forgive those people who made you that way.
Yeah.
Right? For you to change, you must forgive. So you forgive these people who created this nonsense in you, and then now start looking for ways to make yourself stronger.
Yeah.
You've heard people say, go to the gym. Yeah, going to the gym is good, but it's a mental thing. So it has to start with you looking at the person who destroyed your manhood, so to speak. So you forgive your mom for what she did to you by making you weak. Forgive your dad for not being strong enough to either stand against your mom and protect you from her making you into a puny.
Yeah.
And forgive your dad for not being there if he wasn't there, because many dads are not there. Like your generation. How old are you now?
22.
Yeah, your generation has been raised by your mothers.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why you guys have all this funny hair. Yeah, in our generation, we didn't have this funny hair. Yeah?
Funny hair being the dreadlocks, being dyed hair, being
Whatever, as long as, look at your hair, look at him. I think the only person who doesn't, even long hair when us guys were growing up was frowned upon. Like, who's your father?
Yeah.
Because your dad would walk into the room like, why is your hair like that?
Yeah.
Then he would look at the mother or his wife, and she would be in trouble because she's the one who's allowed this nonsense to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and I know kudunga kidogo, but just flow with it, man. Just flow with it. But so these are the things that these are the lessons you should have learned when you were younger from a strong male presence. So when that male presence is taken away, then the woman puts her nature inside you. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing as bad as a man who behaves like a woman or a woman who behaves like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nature is out of whack. Because women need to display their femininity. That's the only way they become attractive to men.
Yeah.
And then men need to display their masculinity. That's the only way they become
attractive to
the females. Yeah.
100%. And I really want to touch on something that you've said. You've talked about fatherhood. And I know you have sons. And I'm really curious as already Gen Z were considered to be weaker than the rest. And now I don't know if that's what comes after Gen Z, Gen Alpha or whatever that is, Gen Alpha. It's how then now do you go about raising your son to ensure that he's actually a strong man and not a puny?
You see, at my age, I've learned a lot. I used to be just like you guys. I was this weak, dependent on my mother kind of guy. Mm-hmm. So as time went by, I started getting my own independence when I moved out of home. And I moved out of home very late, extremely late.
How late is it?
Hey, bro, I'm even embarrassed to talk about it. Yeah, but I was almost 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were so many excuses that I used to give. So I saw the weakness in me when I now started to become a man.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a man. My dad didn't play his part. My mom played her part. So these two, I had to forgive them at some point and say, hey, you know what? This is the best you guys could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not annoyed at you, but this was the best you could do. But I forgive you guys for creating this useless piece of shit in me. And now I have to do it myself. So it has taken me a long time to build that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just turning what? Maybe 20 years of discovery.
Yeah.
And not just discovery, because I also got married. So that's another simp move, getting married.
And that's, I really want to understand this.
So when I got married, chill, let me tell you. So even when I got married, I stayed in a marriage for 4 years. And then I realized this is still not the way. Because I'm looking for my way. Which is the way? This is not the way. So I have to get out of this and find my way. Mm-hmm. And from that day, from 2016, I've been finding my way till today.
And okay, what about marriage to you is so unattractive or so disgusting that for you can't fathom? Is
it's not practical anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be practical when the community was behind it. Now you see, like you take this Chile here, you guys go get married, right? This Chile is going to encounter you badly.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. Yeah?
Yeah.
She has all the tools and there's nothing you can do to her. Like now today you cannot beat a woman. There was a time you could.
Yeah.
And you see, there was your father and there was the girl's father to protect the two of you. And then there was a whole community behind them to protect this relationship because this relationship had a purpose, to bring forth life. Not for your own enjoyment, to bring forth a lot of life to kids. That's why when a woman got married, within a year, the women around her would ask her, hey, what's going on? You can't be married for more than a year. You're not pregnant. There's a problem, and they would now look for a solution for that problem because marriage was meant for children. So if there are no kids these days, how many kids are, like in your family, how many?
Number 5.
5?
Yeah.
Same mother, same father?
No. Different.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. You see? How many? How many here? Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah. Maybe your mom had 3 different men. So it's very complicated. Yeah. So it has no value anymore like it did. because the community is not behind it. The community is one which makes sure that everybody plays their part.
Yeah.
The women will keep the woman in check. If the woman was to disrespect the man, she would be sent back home to her father. Her father had the right to beat the shit out of her because she has embarrassed the family. So the women were in check. You as the man, you were in check to make sure that you provided for your family. And if you didn't, then the council of elders would sit you down and ask you, what the fuck? But now, take away that, what are you left with? Two emotional people trying to live in the same space? God damn, that's a recipe for disaster. You guys are going to kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you now, like, you know, you're not getting any younger. It's like, how do you see yourself aging over time? Like, who are you going to spend time with?
Bro, I was just 30 the other day.
Yeah.
I swear it seems like I just snapped my fingers. So I can't tell what's going to happen.
But you
There's
don't
no
think-
plan. I don't have a plan. I cannot tell you this is my plan. I plan this and this. I didn't plan to be here.
Yeah.
Why would I plan to be somewhere else? I didn't plan. There was no way in all my life I could have planned to do Ride 47. How? So these are things that just come up as you flow with life. So just flow with life, like what you guys are doing here, this podcast. Flow with this. Flow with this energy. Let it take you wherever it's taking you. You inboxed me, hey, you want to come for the podcast.
Yeah.
Flow with that energy. Whatever idea comes to you, flow with it. What works, what doesn't work, that's none of your business. You get? It's like when you see a hot chile and you want to bomb more. Hey, hot chile. She says, hey, I'm not interested. Move on. Are you going to now go home and sleep with your hands between your legs? Oh, this chick rejected me. No, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just flow with the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So when you ask me, where do I see myself? Bro,
Yeah.
I didn't see myself here last week.
That's true. And, you know, there's like something that's coming up nowadays where women are earning a lot more than they used to. Sometimes they're even earning more than a man. And in those dynamics, in those situations, how do you even navigate a situation where your woman is earning more money than you?
That's nonsense. That is a big delusion that men have, that you can have a woman who's earning. Forget earning more than you. If your bitch is going to come for money from me, she's my bitch.
Yeah.
We are sharing, and I'm taking the bigger share. Yeah? So if you have a girlfriend and I have employed her, just know I'm giving you access to her every now and then.
Yeah.
Not you giving me access to her. So if your woman is earning, she cannot be your woman because she's not earning from you. She has to earn from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're a wise guy, you have a girlfriend, then if she's not working for you, she cannot be your girlfriend at all. Oh, you only senior team, my guy.
So now, you know, like, what happens in that situation? Do you leave the woman?
First, the fact that you have a woman means there's something wrong with you, right? You need to deal with that issue. Because why do you have a woman? What need is this that you're meeting? Sex?
Arguably, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need a woman to have sex. Yeah, you don't need to have committed your whole life to have sex, do you?
You know, it's a thing of access, and typically with how women are nowadays, if you're not in a committed long-term relationship, it kind of becomes difficult.
No. Get money first.
Yeah.
Get money. You'll have access to anything that you want. Any woman that you want. Just get money. So that's the lesson that you young men should be learning. Stop focusing on bitches. Get chums. Chums will give you access to anything. These women want money. They don't want your love.
Yeah.
They want chums. So if you don't have money, then what you're doing is just struggling to make her happy. That's why you're even asking questions. What if she earns more than me? Yeah, because she's not your woman. You guys are just playing around. And chances are she's going to hurt you because her mind is more developed than yours. Now, let's take, for example, you're 22.
Yeah.
At 20, I don't know how old that lady is. How old is she?
I think
23. 29. That chick knows more about life than probably all of you guys here combined. Combined. She has access to a lot more than you guys can ever even imagine. So a 22-year-old mind cannot begin to fathom the access a 22-year-old woman has. Like now for you, the women that you're going to access are probably still in diapers.
yeah.
Yeah, they're running around the estate naked because they're here, they're small. These are the women now you should wait for. You are 22, you should not look in any direction apart from Pudesh. That's the only thing that you should need to worry about, Pudesh. But the relationship, how are you going to sustain it? You don't have the brains nor the experience to sustain it. You may have the charisma, but charisma is not everything. I mean, look at you holding a podcast. So you may have all this. You may have your life set out. You want to be this and this and this. But you don't have the tools to handle a woman by yourself.
Yeah.
So everything else collapses. All the questions that you had in your mind, they collapse because you are not ready to have a woman in your life. But now, a 22-year-old woman, I have access to her. So I'm 48. A 22-year-old woman, this is right up my alley. Put that bitch on a plane, take her to Diane, you guy. You think you can compete with me?
No, for sure you can't.
In fact, even story-wise, if I was to sit here, bigger stories with her, I have more stories with her than you can ever have.
Yeah.
Because even level of maturity, she's now looking up to me. She's not looking up to you. She knows you're just a toy. You're just like a walking dildo. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she plays around with you, but when serious men come into the picture, she gone, man.
Yeah.
Then you'll be left crying and commit suicide.
But in a situation where also, let's say these footballers, I'm earning also quite a bit of money. Because I feel like the main thing here is money. Because as soon as a man has money, then...
You have access to a lot of things.
Yeah.
But a relationship between a man and a woman, it comes from a lot of experience. And that's on the man's part.
Yeah.
A lot of experience. Girls grow up knowing about relationships. Boys don't. Girls grow up playing with a Barbie doll and whatever. They're creating this shit in their heads. So when she's coming to you at the age of 18, 19, she has created a whole fantasy that you will never ever meet.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're on the back foot full time trying to please this bitch. You will never please her. But somebody else will walk in, a 40-year-old, or quarter-year woman, you're left being angry at your fathers. You get it? So when the society or the community is behind you, that's when now the community, now your dad would have given you what? Cows and tells you, okay, I'm starting you off, you're a grown-ass man, take these 3 cows. And then now you start growing your wealth. And then when you're ready to marry, he would even find the bitch for you. Yeah. In fact, let's remove the word bitch because now this is a woman who's getting married. He would find a woman for you. Through his friends, Nini says, oh, we got a woman, she's disciplined, she's been raised well, she's a virgin, she's coming to get you babies. So the whole society is involved in that relationship. So it's not an emotional thing. It's not, oh, I love you so much, Nini. That's nonsense. That's immaturity. It is the society coming together to bring these 2 people together to push an agenda. The agenda is expand the family. Now, without that agenda, what do you have today?
What do you mean? What do I have today in terms of...
No, I'm talking about without the community coming to back you up. What are you left with? Nothing. There is no purpose for a man and a woman to be together. Yeah. Because even right now, look at the Kikuyu society. Are you Kikuyu?
Yes.
Chances are you're... Anyway, let me not go there.
No, go there.
I mean, Kikuyu has the highest rate of prostitutes and single mothers. Prostitutes and single mother. And sometimes they are one and the same person. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
They're raising boys. This boy, you want to tell me this boy will be able to handle a woman. Where has he seen that happen? He hasn't seen it in the house. He hasn't seen the dad putting the mom in check. He hasn't seen the mom respecting the dad.
And why do you think that is? Like, why do you think specifically Kikuyu women are being put in that position time and time again?
They're not being put in that position. There's a disintegration of our society as we go, which actually I don't mind because it has given us access to a lot of free Pudesh. You see, before that Pudesh wasn't available. I went to a place in Marsabit. Huh?
Yeah.
So when you go around the country, you find different cultures. No, in Marsabit, there's a place called Ngurnit. Okay? Now in Ngurnit, we met some guy who had a bike, and in the evening we were discussing. And I asked him, hey, so where are the bitches here? He said, hey, bro, here there are no?
There are
no bitches. Yeah. Here they are people, they are human beings, and we know each other, all of us. So there's no whoring, there's no loose chick anywhere. And this guy is 20, he got a girl pregnant who's 17. he had to run away from that village for like 2 weeks so that they can cool down the situation, so that he can come back and marry her.
Yeah.
Are you getting? And marry her, because she's not going to be a single mother. That's community cannot allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no single motherhood there. Husband, wife, and the women there know their place, the men know their place. So if you go to like a forum, you'll never find men and women sitting in the same place. It doesn't make any sense. How can they be discussing the same thing? So that society is what keeps growing. Now, our society now in the cities is single motherhood, because again, remember, the freedom that the women have, why would they give that freedom to you?
Yeah.
Why? Why would they give the freedom? This woman has freedom to go out, drink, have sex with whoever she wants. Why should she give that up? And then she has access to chums as well. Remember, they're the ones who are even being hired in corporate right now.
And it really brings up that the feminists, which I feel like you also have had some experience with at that point in time when you were being cancelled. And it's like, I always wonder, like, in a feminist's mind, how does the society continue? Because we always argue about this whole equality, but is equality even possible?
Equality is a scam. There's nothing like equality. How can a man and a woman be equal?
Yeah.
Even in nature, there are no animals that male and female are equal. Where did you ever see that? One has to be, and I don't want to use the word inferior. It's such a different purpose, because there's no recorded man who's ever given birth. So the main purpose for the woman is to give birth and raise and nurture the kids. The man has been brought in here to improve the world. So if those two get that mixed up, we're done. The woman has no creativity in her. They're not creative. They're not meant to be creative. So it seems like an insult, but the highest purpose of a woman is to get kids. The highest purpose of a woman.
Yeah.
It's not to be married. It's to get kids. So if she can't get kids, then her purpose has
ceases to exist.
Exactly. The man, if he does not create, then he's as useless as a woman who has no kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about one thing. Like, at this particular point in time, broke men are really suffering. Because, for one, they can't get women. In fact, they can't get jobs. And let's just talk about here in Kenya. They can't get jobs. And as a result of not getting jobs, then it becomes very hard. You don't have any bargaining power or anything that attracts a woman towards you. And it's almost like what happens to the broke men. There's a sense of loss of purpose in today's men.
If you're broke, that's a very, very personal thing. It's not men who are broke. It is say, I am broke.
Yeah.
And then you have to accept that it is your fault. You're broke because of you. You're not broke because of government. You're not broke because of Gen Z. You're not broke because of anybody else. I am broke.
Yeah.
So deal with that issue. Get yourself out of that shit, because that's how you become strong. So if you can't get a job, become a thief. Or go sell your diabs. But don't be in that situation and you say, things are bad for us. No, they are bad for you. So things are bad for me, and now this is how I'm fixing my life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but there's no communal brokenness. Bro, nimepita hapa nje kwenyu nimeona a garage full of very expensive cars. I've never been to this area before.
Yeah.
I didn't know this place existed. So where is the brokenness coming from? Did you see the supermarkets during the holidays? Did you see the clubs?
Yeah, they were full. They were full.
Full of who?
People.
Very good. Like just you and I, isn't it?
Yeah.
Human beings like me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the brokenness is just a script. And that script is so tired. It's a tired script. As a man, you're supposed to do whatever it takes to get yourself out of any situation that you're in. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sit down, come up with strategies. Like now, for me, I sit down and say, okay, Kibe, you're broke. What do you need to do? Okay, Africa. Okay, do Ride 47. Do this, do that. Start this pool tournament. Whatever needs to be done. Start Rogue Radio. Go get a job at Energy Radio. Go get a job at Kiss. Just do whatever you have to do to get yourself out of this problem, because that is what builds character. But if you sit by and say, oh, things are bad these days. Yeah, things are bad. But not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So and then in all my time, all my levels, every level that I've been through, hakuna level huwezi pata dem.
yeah.
Shida ni, you want these bad bitches. These bad bitches belong to the corrupt motherfuckers who can go to the government and collect 1 million shillings and go spend it to the bitch. You maybe your level is ambotch, but you want to look on Instagram for bitches and say, oh, I can't accept. No, go to that mbotch. That's your level. Bro, there's a time I was staying in Langata.
Yeah.
And hey, bro, I was down, bana. This time, man, there's like a chick who had just come from Kisumu. Oh, this girl had been brought in as a house girl by her sister. So she's butchering at her sister's place. So I met her at the butchery. And I was like, Allah, this is my level. I mean, this is who I am. And bro, that time I was still doing rooftop. You guys kanyaga that chick many times. Her only ask when she came to my house was, utanibaya chipo. So mimi niko na make sure nikimuita niko na kaso.
Yeah.
Like 100 bob, I tell her, don't worry, I say less. Give her a sock for her pudesh. She goes, buys fries, see her next time.
Yeah.
So understand your level. Don't try. Bad bitches are for bad boys. Whatever level you are, cooler there.
Yeah.
And remember to be humble. Kiburi wachia watu wengine.
Yeah. Okay. And there's something that's really been destroying us men, especially of late, with access to the internet comes access to pornography. And I really wanted to understand, like, what's your take on pornography? Do you think it's good, bad?
I don't mind pornography. Every now and then, I pity, I look at a few diabs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of my bitches, I tell them, hey, send a photo here, a photo there, I have no problem with pornography. The problem with anything is just the overindulgence. Yeah. But if you're a man, then there's nothing you can or cannot do. There are no rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the most important thing is to discover yourself as a man so that there's no embarrassment. Nobody can shame you for watching porn, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, whatever it is that you want to do. It is conscious that you're doing it knowing what you want to do.
Yeah.
There's a guy who called me some time back on my show. And he says, oh, man, what do you think about weed? I asked him, what do you mean, what do I think about weed? Oh, yeah, I'm trying to stop. I asked him, you're trying to stop? Why are you trying to stop? The people around me don't like it. I'm like, you're a fool. Do you like it? Yes, I like it very much. Then you're going to stop because of other people? Even smoking cigarettes. Why would you stop because people have told you to stop? You as a man, you should... Bro, let me tell you, manhood is everything.
Yeah.
You as a man, discover yourself as a man. Learn that every day. And you'll be the better for it. Then even your mom cannot tell you shit. And your mom comes and tells you, oh, chege, it's chege. Hey, chege, tell mom, fuck off. I have my own life.
Yeah.
I cannot be listening to you anymore. I'm not a child. Okay? Yeah, so for a man, nobody should tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Because you have your own moral code, which you create for yourself every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these addictions, porn is not a big deal. I know people say, oh, porn is destroying people and everything.
Yeah.
No. Mindset is destroying people. Mindset is everything. You fix your mind, nothing will, you're like titanium. Nothing can break you.
And let me also ask you, we've talked about all these things, and nowadays there's an emerging issue, which is LGBTQ. I don't know, plus or whatever it is. And what's your take on them or that whole thing? Because it's really coming up in Kenya.
So that's these are just sexual preferences. Yeah, I just don't like when people preach it.
Yeah.
So I don't like it when people preach it. When you make it a cause or an agenda, then now I have a problem with it. You want to be gay, you want to be fucked in the ass or f***ed in the ass, that is a very personal thing. Yeah? Just don't come and preach it. Because I don't preach my heterosexuality.
Yeah.
I don't come here saying, oh, women are the only thing that... No, I don't say anything like that. I do me, you do you. But don't come and preach it to me. Or don't make it now mainstream in society. That's what we want to preach. Because we've never taught heterosexuality even in schools.
Yeah.
So what is this that we are allowing to enter our society? Because today they'll enter with LGBTQ. Tomorrow they'll bring a new agenda. So the people I resist are the people who bring the agenda. Why are you forcing me to accept what it is that you do in the privacy of your own bedroom? If people are walking on the streets like chicken, then we can discuss it. When was the last time you saw two people? Okay, maybe you are wild. Yeah.
No.
I mean, live like this, you are in the room and you saw two people fucking.
Never.
Never? It's never happened?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, what kind of life are you living, my nigga?
A very
You've
simple
never,
life.
you've never even done a combi?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do those.
You've never done a combi?
I don't do combis.
You've never done even like a foursome?
No.
But like a threesome you've done?
No.
Motherfucker. Hey, so not West.
For you, like, in fact, we should start with what haven't you done? Or what haven't you experienced?
Just think about all these things I've just talked about. You've done none.
Yeah, I've done none.
Yeah. I mean, you have your whole life ahead of you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But, hey.
I'm really curious, like, for you, it's like, what would you say is like the craziest experience that you've had so far? Or the ones that are like...
Man, there's a very disgusting thing that happened once to me. Man. So disgusting.
Yeah.
So my buddy comes from the States. At the time, I was still here. So my buddy had come from the States. And then at the time, when he was going to the States, he had given me a lecture. Oh, Kibe, you need to be focused and everything. You need a job. So when he was coming back, I had focused. Because I was very pissed off at him telling me that. But anyway, so it was many years later he came back. And at the time, I had a car, I had a family. I was a polite guy. So we go out with him. And now that day, once I went, I withdrew cash. I was like, I had 20K. I knew this 20K, you guy, I'm going to show this guy that I'm doing well. So we go to the bar. This guy has like 200 G's. Right? So me, I'm tomorrowing my case here. This guy opens a porch. He has all this money. I'm like, fuck this guy. Anyway, so we collect 2 hoes. Or 2 chiles. Let's call them 2 chiles for the sake. There's a place called Tamasha. So we collect these bitches. And we go with them to Ruaka. Remember, I'm a married man. He's a married man. And now we're going to cooler some chiles in Ruaka.
Yeah.
So we go to Ruaka. And one was fat. And she was wearing this leopard print. She looked ridiculous. Yeah? And the other one was hot. So him, because the one who's come from Stato, I give him the permission to do what? Take the hot one. So he goes with the hot one. Then the fat one, I'm in the sitting room pretending I'm asleep because I don't want to bomb the fat one. So I'm just hoping she doesn't come. She comes, she pulls my hand. I'm like, on a humanitarian basis, I'm just going to give her one quick row. Because I want to, niongeze self-esteem kidogo yake yende juu. So we go to, so it's a 2-bedroom house. My buddy's on this side. You can already hear the chanting. So I go with this other one to this side. Bro, 2 minutes into this shit, my buddy comes knocking. So now we're doing missionary. Because again, remember, I didn't want to bomb this chick. So I'm just...
But missionary would be the worst position. I thought it would be more like...
She's fat, so you have to... Okay?
Yeah.
So my ass is in the air. There's a knock on the door and the guy opens the door. Andrew. That's what he calls me. Andrew. So I look at him. He says, Nyaje. So he did this. And his bitch is standing right next to him. They are both naked. So he does. Switch. I'm like, hey, easily. Who wants to bomb this fat bitch?
Yeah.
So they come to the same bed that we are in. So I move here, and now his bitch comes here. And we start doing all these things. And then...
Wait, on the same bed?
On the same bed, bro. This is like a 5x6. Yeah?
Yeah.
This guy is ruining the shit out of this bitch. He's doing a better job than I was doing. Because remember, him is just from Stato, akona manja. Mimi niko Kenya, there's no way I'm going to have a full hard-on for a fat bitch. So mine was like a semi. You know what a semi? Yeah. I can almost limp. You have to put it in there like you're making sausages. And hope for the best. But now when he brings this bitch, We are ready.
Yeah.
But now the bitch is, she wants to be romantic. Somehow, and was very disgusting. I'm still disgusted to this day. I went down on her. Hey, bro, nilijihate. So the whole time you're driving home, my buddy's looking at me. Umekulea kitu, eh? I'm like, fuck you, man. That was a moment of weakness. I was drunk. I made a mistake. I should never have gone down, especially knowing that this guy just kanyagad it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck was that? Even now, just remembering, I need to take some water. So, I mean, you must try and do as many things as you can.
Yeah.
While you can. So, live your life, my guy. Stop living in so many rules.
100%. And I really like that whole of moral code that every man should, create on his own and then abide by it.
Because then if you do, then now you can bring other people to your life.
Yeah.
Without that code for yourself, then who are you bringing? If you bring a woman to your life, then you're following her code. But if you've created yourself and you know who you are, then there's no changing you.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming into your life to assimilate. You're not coming into my life to change me. You're coming into my life to assimilate. And anytime you try to change me, then it's clear that this is what you're doing and I cannot stay with you. So you'll find that out as you grow, when women come in and out of your life. Because now your eyes are opening. Even the fact that we're having this discussion, your eyes are already opening. You and your buddies here, your eyes are opening. You're okay. Now next time you're like, okay, is this me or is this me being manipulated?
Yeah. And let me ask, by the way, there's a saying that you said, kugongewa ni constant. For you, at what point in your life did you realize that this is true?
Wow. Man. And I hope she's listening. She better watch this. So when I got married, my second marriage, I've been married twice. Not, okay, officially just once.
Yeah.
So my second
So there's this second one was what? A Come We Stay?
No, the first one was was it a Come We Stay? It was, we were serious because we even got a toy together. I'd gone all out. I got a whole new house, new furniture. I decided to be the married guy. That didn't work out. Then I made the same mistake, went for another one. Okay? When you're stupid, you're stupid. So one day, you guys, I was selling, I had a business I was selling. And this guy came to see me. He said, I want to buy your business. I was like, man, I'm very excited. So I told the guy, come to the house in the evening. We conclude the transaction. This guy was going to give me maybe, I think, 1.2 million. It was going to really help me out and sort my problems. So in the evening, I didn't have credit. Bro, this is 2012, I think. In the evening, I didn't have credit, and I wanted to call the guy. So I tell my woman, hey, hey, honey, sweetheart. Those stupid names you call each other when you have women in your life. Hey, baby, give me your phone. I need to call somebody. She didn't know who I was calling. So I take her phone and I dial the number. The number appears the name of a woman. I'm like, what do you mean? This is a guy I'm calling. Why am I saying a woman's?
Yeah, name up here.
And the name was Jackie 2. I'm like, no, I made a mistake. I must have put in a different digit. I tried again now, comparing the two properly, slowly, because I don't want to make a mistake. Come on, Nina. You guy was gutted. I was so pissed. Yeah. I was so pissed because it just dawned on me, kugongewa ni constant, bro. Yeah. Udin na umse walikuwa come together. And probably this guy was buying the business for her. Are you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so diabolical.
Yeah.
So at that time, then I realized, man, I've been a fool. And let me just tell you how stupid I was. I stayed in that relationship for another 3 years. Yeah, you see what I mean?
After?
Yeah. That moment, I should have kicked that bitch out of that house and never talked to her again. I stayed for an extra 2 years. Oh, sorry, 3 years. At that moment, I should have told her, this will never work. Get the fuck out of my house. I stayed with that bitch for an extra 3 years. We even got a toy after that. Bro, when you're a simp, you are nothing.
Yeah.
You see how that is krinkum krankam. Hey, you get on a gagna, my guy. Hey, you get to move kiria mpaka naanza kutetemeka. Yeah, because when I talk about being puny, I call myself Mr. Lambistic. My website is mrlambistic.com. Because I know where I've come from. So I can smell that lambistry a mile away. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know kugongewa is always constant, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
In fact, let me tell you, in the olden times, women used to talk to each other and they say, hey, listen, make sure you get one kid from outside. So if a woman had 5 kids, there was always one toy who looked completely different from the rest. And that toy was one who had come from outside. Or the 4 were from outside, this one is from inside. Yeah. But this was something that women have known all along. So women are not loyal. They will never be. They don't need to be.
Yeah.
The society, if it cannot make them loyal, then how are you going to make them loyal as a man, as an individual? Kasa hii demu wako akitoka anaenda job. There's a woman I know who used to leave her house at 5 to come to my house before she goes to work. Bro, she's left her husband. Honey, you're going. Coming, sucking on dick, being bombolewa like crazy.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the office and he's still a woman. And we'll go back home probably, we'll pass by the supermarket and buy some few things and take that slippery pudesh back to her husband. God damn.
I feel like, it's for a woman, I feel like it's easier to cheat than it is for a man.
Men are not supposed to use the word cheating on there. Why would a man use the word cheating?
Also, what
Yeah,
word
I
should
mean,
a man
you don't
use?
belong to the woman. The woman belongs to you. You cannot cheat on her. Yeah, you're just out there being a man. If this is your woman and she goes against you, then she cannot be your woman.
Yeah.
Again, remember, you're the one with the resources, you're the one with the brains, you're the one with the creativity. She doesn't have any of this. So if she goes outside and sleeps with another man and gives away your box, then she cannot be yours. You have to do away with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like how you can't even know. How do you know your woman isn't cheating on you?
You see, so it doesn't matter. The fact that you have a woman is the beginning of the problem. What is the biggest cause for divorce?
Is it cheating?
Marriage. Once you decide to get serious with somebody, my guy, character development is just doing press-ups in heaven. Like, he has decided, he's become a Knuthia, stupid motherfucker. I'm going to be on court with a good one.
Yeah.
And I like to say these things in such a dramatic fashion so that you guys, so that it can burn into your brain. Ndio ile siku unadinywa ukumbuke. Kibe aliniambia. But at that time, I was too dick-driven to see what he was saying.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you are stupid if you say, this is my woman, this is my woman. You're mad. We're all sharing. And some of us are going nothing of you as from the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not even using CDs, you guys. From the door. Raruing it everywhere. Hata kwa makwapa.
Yeah. And, I really want us to move on and talk about the business of content creation.
Yeah.
You are actually, I'd say, the biggest content creator that's come from Kenya.
From Africa. You have to use the right words. Africa. Yeah.
And I really want to ask, I know at that point, like, you're making a lot of money. But if you can, like, break it down, like, how much is coming from, like, AdSense? People don't even know how AdSense works. What is AdSense? How does it work? How much is coming from actually selling merch? And, like, it doesn't have to be, like, actual figures, but, like, just percentages. And
Like now, let me break it down to you. At the height of my content creation, when I was still on YouTube, so YouTube used to give me maybe between 5 and 15,000 a month. Yeah.
yeah.
This is in euros.
Now this from AdSense.
From AdSense, yes. And Instagram, there's a time they had a nice offer. So I could have that offer for a year. It would give me between maybe $2,000 to $6,000 every month. And now from March, I sell a hell lot of merch. Yeah. So with March, you can probably make another sock a month. Yeah. So I'm trying to take it up to 1 million, and then probably go worldwide. But there's a lot of money to be made in content creation. A lot of money to be made in content creation. So you have to find your niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to find your niche. Yani, do nothing else but find that niche, my guy. Find that thing that people cannot live without, that only comes from you. Like there's a guy who's doing these reviews. Have you seen this Chinese guy on Instagram?
No.
This guy shows something and he says, you've seen it, eh? Yeah, he has a credit card. He says, I want it now. And then immediately the box lands on his table and he does a review, good or bad. And we all sitting there, oh, this is so nice. Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, find your niche. Whatever your niche is. Bro, I used to watch hairdressing videos. And the hairdressing videos were being done by a homosexual.
Okay.
So, bro, find your niche.
Yeah.
Whatever you are, that's none of our business. Just find your niche. If you're a good interviewer, if you know how to play, but whatever it is that you do that you are good at, that nobody can take away from you, find that niche. Yeah. And then wait for the money to come in.
And let me ask, when you're registered the channel, for us, like, for people who are upcoming and they want to know, it's like, does it matter why you register the channel? Like whether it's in Kenya, I've seen guys also register their channels in US.
I mean, there are small ways of getting a higher CPM.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's small ways. Like if you register in the US, but again, remember the algorithm knows where you are. And then it knows who's watching. So if you want a bigger an audience in the US, go look for that audience. Go get that audience in the US.
Yeah.
But you cannot fake the algorithm. Because you have a channel in the US, but people who are watching are in Kenya. So how does that work? The CPM is still the same because CPM is for Kenya. Yeah. So if you're making what? I can't remember how that CPM works. But it's like they pay you per thousand views.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody may be paid maybe $50 per 1,000 views. You here in Kenya, you're getting maybe 10 or maybe even $2. But who goes to they're being paid 50. So and then also it depends on the content. The financial channels have a very high CPM. Review channels have very high CPMs. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to find that niche and the companies that want to advertise, because what they do is they get these companies to put advertising on your platform based on whatever it is that you're putting out.
And let me ask you, like, for you, like, did you struggle getting sponsors, especially because your content is so raw? And Kenya, like, the way the companies are nowadays, they really want something more like safe, more safe content that's like...
Directly, yes. Directly, even till today, I struggle to get the big sponsors. But the small sponsors don't give a shit. Yeah, the small companies, they don't give a shit because they need to grow. So they're going to use whatever means necessary to grow. Yeah. So for me, because of my content, I tend to find it's I would say it's not niche, but it's okay, niche in the way I do it. People like it, people watch it. Like you'll see this video, people will watch it. Yeah. But they don't want to look like they do.
And that's the thing that I don't understand.
Yes.
Because like watching Kibe is almost like watching porn.
Exactly.
It has views.
Yeah.
Like your channel, it had over 250 million views. People are watching, but they don't want to admit.
Nobody's admitting
that they're watching your content.
But everybody's watching.
Yeah.
And I realized that when I went out of town, and I had so many people stopping me by the roadside. Everywhere we went, people were like, hey, Kibe, I watch you. I'm huge on TikTok. And I don't have TikTok.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm huge on TikTok. So it's just timing, because the day we stop being hypocrites in Kenya, and especially in Africa, The day we stop being hypocrites, now people like me will make crazy money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you are not afraid to put your product on my show. Yeah. If you have a mic, you're going to come and say, "Oh, Kibe, no, take our mic and put it on your show." So the day we stop being that, because my content is not special. A lot of people are doing that content around the world. They're making crazy money.
Yeah.
Crazy money. So we have not yet embraced ourselves because we're still liars and hypocrites and vile human beings. So the day we become honest and the day men become real muscular, because imagine a man telling me, "Hey, you know, I watch your content, but I have to go to the bathroom because my wife, fuck you." You're a puny little shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need to stand up for what you believe in. If you believe this is the good content, why would somebody stop you from watching it? That person needs to leave your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of my house right now. You cannot dictate what I can and cannot do. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And for me also, what I also wanted to ask you is legacy. You know, you've done a lot. And it's like, as you continue, what's one thing you would want to be remembered for?
Don't remember me, bro. Let me go. Let me go. The day I leave, bro, don't remember me. Yeah. Because my time is my time.
Yeah.
I'm here for now. Enjoy me while I'm here. When I'm gone, what do I care?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's on the other side. I don't even know whether I'll be conscious. I don't know where I came from. I just woke up one day, I was 4 years old. I was like, what's happening here? Who are you guys? You look familiar. I've been seeing you for a couple of years now. Yeah. So there's nothing like legacy. Legacy is a lie. And especially because people tend to distort history so much. Yeah. So you think you might leave a good legacy? Nah. Like now, do you guys know someone called John Michuki?
No.
Exactly. Exactly. Legacy is a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know John Michuki, legacy is a lie. It's that thing that is made to help keep you moral. And that morality is a morality that has been pushed by somebody else, is not yours. Is somebody else's morality. Oh, you know, you need to leave a legacy. Like who? Give me an example. Like Hitler? Do you know anybody who died of corona? Of COVID?
Yes, I actually do.
Oh,
My friend's father.
your friend's father.
Yeah.
He was sick
Yeah.
of COVID, or he was sick of something else?
COVID.
He just one day,
Yeah, he just one day
during the COVID time.
during COVID time,
Uh-huh.
he got COVID, and he like within like it was a very short period, and within 4 days he was gone.
He was gone.
Yeah.
People die all the time. So you know one person. How many do you know? One person. One person. I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't know a single person. Imagine this whole room, we know 3 people who died. And it was a pandemic. Yeah. A pandemic. Do you know how many people died in Kenya? At least reported? Yeah, take a wild guess. How many people do you think died in Kenya in the 2 years of the lockdowns?
Maybe 5,000.
It was 4,000. 4,000.
Yeah.
Those were the deaths that were reported.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if somebody had died of diabetes or anything else, they would report it as COVID. Whatever. People had underlying issues. Oh, it's underlying issues, but it's COVID. No, it was a lie.
Yeah.
So, but when they write in the history books, they'll say millions of people died. It was not true. 4,000 people in 2 years. That's acceptable. I mean, every day when people drive on the road, we expect a few deaths. We don't want it, but we know
It's bound to happen.
it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the deaths between January 1st and December 31st, 2024, how many people died in road accidents? I mean, these numbers will tell you exactly where we stand. So 4,000 was nothing. These guys are rewriting history as we speak.
Yeah.
So I don't believe anything they tell us. But yeah, so I take my history lesson with a very, very huge spade of salt.
Yeah.
It's like also the Mau Mau story. I don't believe the Mau Mau story the way they tell us. Because I look at the photos. The railway station before the independence was the cleanest railway station I think we've had, even after independence. The roads were the cleanest. The transport system was the best. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Even the Gen Z movement the other day, when you guys were in the streets trying to ban everything, that's going to be rewritten as a freedom fighting. But what freedom are you fighting for? It's bullshit.
And like, okay, but what about the abductions?
Bullshit.
You don't think the abductions that are happening currently are real?
Which happening? The guy who was released, the guy who the whole country almost went to hell for, called Kibe Bull. Did you see that shit?
No.
He was released yesterday. And then he's saying, I was released at 3 a.m. somewhere in Luanda. Luanda is Uko Western. And I went to, I know Hangla. Hangla is a disco. I went to Disco Matanga. And I stayed there till 6 and then got on a bus, went home. And that's how I'm like, And then in the evening, he's doing a press conference, looking fatter than ever with a clean haircut. I'm like, if you spend a night in jail, my guy, you don't want to see the camera.
That's true.
One night. Not 15 days. One night. So these guys were somewhere like here, where they were just eating life, good, jolly. And then when it's time to release you, release you. I think it's a scam. It's a big scam, and we need to get to the bottom of that shit before that thing becomes mainstream. Yeah, before these people continue pushing this lie that there are things like abductions. Abductions are very, very localized.
But what about the CCTV footage that we're seeing?
These are localized. Like now an MP hires people or hires the cops or something, or a leader somewhere. But these are problems that are za kujitakia. You won't just be walking in the streets, you're abducted. Aje. Is that happening?
No, but it's the people who are...
The people who are making noise on the internet.
Yeah.
Those people who are fighting other people. Those are the ones who are having these issues of abductions.
Yeah. But it brings out an issue of freedom of speech, which is now being attacked. Because now, if I say, like, now if I was to say something about President X, Y, Z.
Yeah, so like now, if you say something to me right now that doesn't sit well with me, am I just going to sit here? Huh? I mean, it's a question. Now, you say to me, and I'm the president. Bro, you're gone. These boys are lucky they came back. You're gone forever, never to be seen. There'll be no trace. I'll feed you to crocodiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have you messing up my legacy. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I can't have you messing up with my job.
Yeah.
If today somebody came trying to take your roadcaster or anything here, are you just going to let them take it? You have to protect yourself. So freedom of speech is good as long as you respect my freedom to do whatever I want to do to you. When you bring me your bullshit. So even when you're fighting on the playground, hey, bro, you must know who you're fighting with. You can't just go fighting and then expect, now because this guy is beating you up, get the whole crowd to come behind you. No. Pick your fights wisely, man.
Yeah.
Pick your fights wisely. Don't go fighting a monster you cannot win against. And now in a place like Africa, you think you can play with African police, my guy? Unacheza nini? You shall be disappeared forever.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to agree with you. I really would. But I feel like with the rate that we're going...
Have you been arrested?
I mean, no.
So what rate are we going?
Like with the
Who has been arrested here? For what? For you? Okay. So they just didn't walk up to you and arrest you. There was a reason behind why they arrested you. Okay. I've been arrested many times. And at the beginning, I was like you. Oh, the police. There's even a time I did a video. Fuck the police. Why? It was always my fault.
Yeah.
So if you take away the emotions and take away the mama's nature inside you, then you'll realize that there's nothing like abductions, bro. These are people who are settling scores.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are two people who are fighting. This blogger who's being abducted has done something to somebody somewhere. Directly like this, bro. It's a direct line. So you as Chege, you go insult, who's your MP? Jalas. So if Jalas is the one who's the MP of this area, you start saying, oh, Jalas is an idiot, Jalas is nini, and you start taking out photos of Jalas, and you're really hurting his reputation. I think Jalas is just going to sit by and watch you do this shit to him.
But I'd like to believe he should at least take it legally.
You are immature. That's not my problem. That is your family's problem. I'll deal with you the best way I know. Because you're expecting me to be sane and to deal with you the way your mother deals with you. Sindio? Yeah, because that's what you want. Be legal. But you are not legal when you are putting up photos of me.
Yeah.
You cross the line. Shouldn't I cross the line? All is fair in love and war. Yeah. All is fair. Bro, even rape is allowed in war. They don't charge soldiers for rape during war. Yeah. So you cannot, if you're in a war, if today you're fighting with the government, then the government is going to do whatever it needs to do to protect itself. Just like even a dog, even a cat, you put it here in the corner, try to kill that cat, it will protect itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you cannot threaten somebody's job or his livelihood and then expect that guy to behave the way you're behaving. Who told you to come for me? So let me give you an example. There's a club I used to go to called Size. Kitambo sana. You guys are probably in your diapers. Yeah. And so I used to go to Size. I used to like Size, man. It was a place to pass by as I go home because it was in Langata. So wherever I was, I would pass by Size, have 2 beers, then go home, maybe collect a bitch, go with her, kanyaga that thing proper. So this one time, I'm with this guy, and we are just about to eat some burgers. They used to make some very good burgers. So this bouncer comes, and we had an altercation with the bouncer, like a short guy, probably you're much taller than him. But he pumped! And now I'm 6'3", this guy is like 5'5". So he starts to banter me. And I'm like, bro, I am the king of banter. I was born with that shit. So we start going back and forth. So he abuses my mother. I'm like, so this guy knows how to banter. Let's go. So I abuse his mother. But now mine had some more finesse. Because I practice this shit, my guy.
Yeah.
So people laughed after I said it. Everybody there laughed because it was hilarious. And me, I thought that was done. So nikatoka, sasa mimi nimetoka best yangu. This bitch, we're going to the car. It's dark, it's very dark. That parking lot didn't have lights. The guy says, Andrew. So I turn to face him now. Because I didn't know it was him. I just turned to face him. The guy punched me here so hard. Bro, I was on my knees, begging the Lord to save me. Jesus. I could do nothing. If this guy wanted to beat me up, he had me on the ground. I could do nothing. Bro, make sure you know who it is you're fighting. And then, who are you fighting for? Like now I look at you guys here. Man, this is a good hustle. It's a very good hustle. You guys have 3 cameras, a nice studio, lights, everything. Who are you fighting for? Who is Gen Z fighting for? And then who are you fighting? Some of these people you're fighting are real demons.
Yeah.
So tutakuzika wewe as your mom is crying because you didn't understand the dynamics of the game. So learn the game first. And find out who are you fighting and who are you fighting for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are fighting for Kibe Bull. Kibe Bull was probably somewhere in an Airbnb, Kanyaga in Chile's throughout. And then when it's time to be released, he's released. Yeah. You're fighting for that guy? You're fighting for guys who went in when they were 70 kgs, came out at 75. Bro, I did ride 47. I lost 7 kgs just from sitting on a bike for 47 days. 7 kgs, and I was eating and drinking and everything.
So
You want to
it was a
tell me for
choice.
15 days you've been abducted and you come out looking the same? Bro, people who are abducted, they come out cheekbones. You can see cheekbones proper.
Yeah.
Hair is all over the place like yours. Like now, you look like you've been abducted.
Yeah.
So it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm not falling for it again.
Yeah.
Never ever.
Okay. And by the way, there's something I forgot to ask you. I really wanted to ask you is, I'm really curious, how do you raise a daughter? Or how do you raise a woman? I know because you have daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you raise her?
I just flow with the energy. That's the work of the mother. For me, I don't raise children. Children are raised by their mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me, I just come in to bring the energy and the chums. Okay? So the work of the mother is to decide how her daughter is going to be. If she wants her daughter to be a whore like her, I can't stop that shit. Unless I take now the daughter and live with her. Yeah. But I don't live with my kids. I live alone. Yeah. So the responsibility of raising children belongs to the mother. If you pick the wrong woman, she's going to raise your kids in the wrong way. Yeah, you pick the right woman, she's going to give you... because the right woman is one who is completely committed to you and completely submitted to you. Now, if she's submitted to you, then the kids pick up that energy. Then there's father here, and then mother, and then kids. But as long as this woman cannot submit to you, then she's cut off that. So the father's part in the kid's life is so minimal. There's nothing much you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pick a woman and hope for the best. Yeah.
And, I'm pretty sure there are going to be people who are watching this who are, young fathers or their women are pregnant and they're expectant. So is there any advice you'd have for them as to how to go about that?
If you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be listening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the wrong person to listen to because I'm anti-relationship.
Yeah.
I am anti a man and a woman in the same space. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Always has been, always will be. Men and women were never even in the same space. In the olden days, they tried as much as possible to keep those two people separate. The only thing that brought them together was sex or ceremonies. Now imagine you just spending 24 hours a day in the house with your woman. Bruh. This woman discovers you, she finds you a puny. Maybe you go to the loo, take a dump, the whole house is smelling. That mystery, that enigma in the man disappears. You need to save yourself from being too overexposed to the female species.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in a relationship, you just keep doing you. You probably shouldn't be listening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not in a relationship, then welcome to the show.
Yeah. Okay. And I know you haven't. Is there anything you're going to do? Are you going back on Africa?
Yes. In fact, we just now, that's why I came late.
Yeah.
We were testing it.
Yeah.
We're testing the live stream capability. So tonight I'll do a live a test.
Yeah.
On Africa. Yeah. So the first time when I've built it 3 times now, and every time it has collapsed. So this 4th time, I'm very hopeful that it will stand the test of time. And then the last time, these stupid Gen Zs made it, went to, is it called Google Play or whatever? And they all gave it bad reviews. Imagine these, you Gen Zs are useless. Bunch of losers. You go to somebody's business and give a bad review, yet you don't even use the product. You don't interact with the product.
Yeah.
Why the would you do that? So when they did that, I was like, okay, I will rebuild it again. So now I have rebuilt it again. I'm going to relaunch it again. And today I'm doing the first test for the live stream.
Yeah.
So yes, I've not given up on it.
Yeah.
It's still a big dream of mine. I still think that we can kick YouTube out of Africa.
And one thing I really wanted to ask you is, are you going to be paying, because you need the viewership also from other content creators. Will you be paying content creators now to come on to
100%, yes. Okay. Yes, so we're currently working with some investors.
Yeah.
So once those investors, we solidify that, then it will be easy to get the people posting there and then monetizing it. It's a very simple monetizing system where you see, like now you were talking about AdSense earlier. Ours is not as complicated as AdSense, and ours even has M-Pesa.
How will yours work? Just for guys who are watching.
So the minimum threshold will be 10 original videos. So when you put 10 original videos, you get monetized, and then you can withdraw your money anytime. As long as it's 1,000 bob, you can withdraw it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and then you see your money. You don't wait to be told how much. No, you see your money, whatever money you've made, either through ads or through direct gifting. Yeah. So it would be better to go live, but also people can also gift you in your video. If they come and watch this video and they're like, oh, we like this video. I like how Chege was talking. They put a $5 or 50 shillings or 100 shillings. Yeah, so this money is going to be available to you in real time.
Yeah.
You can just press a button, withdraw, comes to your M-Pesa.
Okay. And how much, like you said, the only eligibility requirement is 10 videos.
10 videos.
What about the viewership?
That's on you. You build your viewership the way you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 10 original videos, put them up, you're eligible to be monetized.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to simplify it so that we can get a lot more people at the beginning to join this. And over time, we're going to now to tighten it up. Wherever the issues are, we shall know. But in the future, yeah.
Okay. And I won't get it right. So it's 10 videos.
10 original videos. Yes.
And the money comes direct to your M-Pesa.
So you have your wallet.
Yeah.
So when you go to your wallet, you get in there, see how much you have, withdraw. You can press withdraw, ask you how much do you want to withdraw. You can decide how much you want to withdraw. So if you have $1 million in there, you can say, I want to withdraw 100K. 100K will come straight to your phone. Yeah. Like this. Once you press like this, 10 seconds later. You don't have to wait till the 20 years. You don't have to. It's always going to be available for you, your money.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. I've really, really enjoyed the conversation. And
I think I've left you with more doubts than answers. Anyway. You should see your face, you guys. You're like, hey.
Well,
who am I now? Eh?
You've left me with a lot of things to think about and ponder and also decide. And I hope even for the audience as well. And it's really been a blast. For me, it's like, this guy is like one of the most humble people I've actually ever come across, genuinely. I feel even when we were organizing it, it was almost so easy. I was sitting there asking myself, is this real?
That's why you asked me for my number.
I
want to confirm with the guy.
To organize, and I've had such a difficult time with other celebrities who are much smaller than you. So I was like, there's no way that it would be this easy to work with Andrew Kibe. So for me, I'm really excited with.
I actually look forward to shit like this, bro.
Yeah,
I like this because, this is the future.
Yeah.
Look at when Trump won. How do you think he won? He won by doing things like this, by going down to people who matter. Yeah, because now this is the new media.
Yeah. This
is the new media. This is the new way of doing things. So for me, bro, sit here with your buddies, talk. But don't ever let at a Amuna episode, kaini hapa mubonge. Just give us content. If you have questions, ask questions. Whatever it is you don't know, just sit here, talk until the person who agrees to come to the podcast comes. But always make sure you're producing content. Yeah. Because there's somebody here who has something that people need to hear. There's somebody here who's waiting. Like now, let me give you an example. When Kiss FM started, at the time I had a girlfriend who had just come from KMTC. So I told her, hey, listen, Kiss FM has started, and I know this buddy of viewers in fact, she's the one who told me. There's a buddy of mine called Shafi. You know Shafi?
The Shafi
Weru, yes. So this is 20 years ago. He says, oh, I know Shafi Weru, and he works there. I can have him give you like an opportunity. So I went there. And Shafi is the one who recorded my, my demo. So he put me in a studio, recorded the demo. And of course, I didn't get the job. I was not good enough or whatever the reason. 18 years later or some years later, probably 17 or 18 years later, Shafiwero, who was the main guy in the show, was fired so that I can be given that job. You guy was waiting for anybody who gives me a chance. I was like, you guys give me a chance. Let me show you what I got. Any chance. So even with the Chileos here, bro, sit down with these people. Make sure you're always producing content. You have the equipment. Produce as much content as possible. Learn from as many people as possible. But this is good, man. Thank you for inviting me, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So I guess that's it from us, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. And thanks so much, Kibe, man.
Appreciate it.
What the what's that? Passing through the wave like a jet ski. I'm just trying to live, little mama, don't text me. Watching from
And I want to talk about one thing. Like, at this particular point in time, broke men are really suffering. Because, for one, they can't get women. In fact, they can't get jobs. And let's just talk about here in Kenya. They can't get jobs. And as a result of not getting jobs, then it becomes very hard. You don't have any bargaining power or anything that attracts a woman towards you. And it's almost like what happens to the broke man. There's a sense of loss of purpose in today's men.
If you're broke, that's a very, very personal thing. It's not men who are broke. They say, I am broke.
Yeah.
And then you have to accept that it is your fault. You're broke because of you. You're not broke because of government. You're not broke because of Gen Z. You're not broke because of anybody else. I am broke.
Yeah.
So deal with that issue. Get yourself out of that shit, because that's how you become strong. Hakuna level huwezi pata dem.
Yeah.
Shida ni, you want these bad bitches. These bad bitches belong to the corrupt motherfuckers who can go to the government and collect 1 million shillings and go spend it to the bitch. You maybe your level is ambotch, but you want to look on Instagram for bitches and say, oh, I can't accept. No, go to that mbotch. That's your level.